Above our heads we can hear warplanes, but there's something very special about being among all the trees with bare feet on the ground. I just wanted to speak a little bit about beauty and the intensity that the world has put around beauty. Obviously this is coming from a woman's point of view. Beauty can be a big burden. And depending on how you grew up, maybe you grew up and beauty wasn't that important. But if you grew up in an area, a city, a country, a home, even in your own mind, where beauty was the be-all and end-all, you will be carrying a very big burden until it's dealt with. Having to be, and there's roots to this, having to be the most beautiful girl in the room. Having to have the most, how would you say it, visibly beautiful dress. I'm thinking of a word, I can't think of the word. Stand out, the most standouty dress, the most standouty shoes, the most beautiful hair. A burden. Oh, a burden. And for me in particular, I have been on a massive journey in many areas of my life. And one of them, I didn't actually think beauty was that big of a deal. And then I realised it was. Last night in bed, I heard this voice say to me, beauty is a burden. And somehow Pamela Anderson has popped up on my, maybe it's because Liam Neeson, I don't know, from the same country, I don't know, has popped up on my YouTube stream. And she is on this mission at the minute to experience a side of her that's natural. This is Pamela Anderson. So she's in these interviews and she's no makeup. And she looks very different. And she's so beautiful. She's got calm clothes on. And she said, I watched a wee video last night and she said, I no longer need to be the most beautiful woman in the room. And that just unlocked a chain in my heart. Because I'm on that mission too. About 2 weeks ago, my husband and I, my husband, another thing, wait on the one the Lord has for you, because boy, oh boy, he will give you a wonderful, wonderful gift beyond what you could imagine. And we've been happily married for 3.5 years. I have a beautiful daughter and a cute dog. Anywho, lost my train of thought. Yes, about 2 weeks ago, my husband and I decided to rid our house of all synthetic materials. Now, we just felt led to do it. Didn't fully understand what it was about. And slowly, it started to become apparent that the Lord was bringing us into this place of natural. Now, for me, I haven't been wearing makeup for a few weeks now. Now, I went in and out of seasons of that anyway. I would have had a year where I didn't, or, it wasn't, but I realised there was still a little part of my heart. Like Jesus says, he leaves the 99 to go and pursue that one. And internally, I see that as 99% to me is safe and whole and happy in God. But there's always 1% the Lord is just going after, right? So this was my 1%. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's so lovely. Hello, everybody. Smiley face is back. And this little 1%, I still had a little chain. It might be a big massive chain, it could be a little chain, but I was still chained to having to be beautiful. Now, the truth is, we are. So this lie has to be replaced, moved aside and replaced with truth. So our cupboard is now full of linen and cotton, natural materials. I get rid of all my makeup, all my cosmetics, all my hair things, everything. And something has shifted in my life. So I want to encourage you today. You could go on, it could be a radical journey like mine. Mine tends to be quite radical journeys. Getting rid of everything. But oh my goodness, the freedom Jesus came to give us. And the steps he asks, I might have my finger over the microphone. The steps he asks, some things he asks of us and we don't fully understand. Just do it. Mary said that to the disciples. Whatever he says, just do it. Just do it. Maybe later you'll understand. Maybe you won't. I have come to understand that he brings direction to bring freedom. It says in Isaiah 53 that while Jesus Christ was suffering on the cross for us, in the pain of him enduring our suffering and our pain, he was able to look into the future and the joy that was set before him because he's seen us walking in freedom. And in Romans 12:2, I think it is, it says we progressively change by the renewing of our mind. Things can happen in an instant. Some things take time. So if something is taking time with you, bear with it. You are being progressively changed. And the fruit that will come, the joy, the peace, the righteousness, the love and kindness, the compassion, the freedom, it'll be worth it. So just coming back to that beauty place, if this has been something that you think, no, I don't struggle with this, sit with the Lord a minute. Father, is there a 1% in me that does struggle? Let him take it away. But I just want to say to you right now that what I heard yesterday, I no longer need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. Even though you are. Because God makes perfect. In Psalm 139 it tells us, fearfully and wonderfully made. Beautifully knit together and crafted by his hand. But as the lie is just dissipating and the truth's coming in, tell yourself. Because there's a shallowness to needing to be the most beautiful girl in the room. And there's a lie there. So say it. I no longer need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. I no longer need to buy clothes and shoes that make me stand out. Truth will come in and sit in that space at 1%. And then you'll realise in your uniqueness and your oneness with God, you will always be the most beautiful girl in the world to God. You are loved. So it's a bit of a, is the word oxymoron? Maybe that's a wrong term, excuse me if it is. But it's like, I don't no longer need to be the most beautiful girl in the room, but the truth is, you are. But there's a shift in perspective there. There's a shift in reality. There's one that is, I need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. And you've lost focus of yourself. You've lost respect for yourself. You've become driven by needing to be accepted and approved. And that again comes from wounds and words and stuff. So tell yourself, I no longer need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. And sit with that a minute, or a week, or a year, and journey with it. Because I want to say to myself, I no longer need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. I don't need to chase that. I don't need to stop my face from wrinkling. I don't need to be driven. This is me personally. If you want to do that, you can. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but for me, there was a driving force behind needing to be the most beautiful. And it was abandonment. Needing to be chosen. If I'm not the most beautiful, I won't be chosen. And let me tell you, Jesus chose me. God chose me. And Jesus chose you. And the journey of that was very real, very raw. And at the end of it, I was chosen by the most beautiful husband in the world. Whether you're married, not married, waiting to be married, want to be married, don't want to be married, I want you to get that place with God where you just love yourself and you just don't need to be the most beautiful girl in the room. Have a wonderful day. I don't know how to turn this live off, so